garden gate still leans beside the roses, where the summer wind would carry all the songs that heaven knows. There were footsteps in the morning, there was laughter after rain. There were hands that held the flowers like they held us through the pain. Time may change the garden and the weeds may hide the way, but love still blooms so gently where the old songs start to play. The old garden gate still opens in my heart to the golden days of kindness that the years could not pull apart. The old garden gate still leads me back again to the voices, to the prayers, to the love we carry then. Mama watered all the lilies, Daddy fixed the broken rail, Grandma hummed a Sunday hymn while the clouds began to sail. There were letters on the table, there was coffee by the chair, and I never knew that heaven could be found in moments there. Now the house is standing quiet and the path is overgrown, but every flower in my memory still reminds me I am home. The old garden gate still opens in my heart to the golden days of kindness that the years could not pull apart. The old garden gate still leads me back again to the voices, to the prayers, to the love we carry then. If I could walk that garden one more evening in the light, I would thank the Lord for simple days that made my spirit bright. For love is like a flower that the seasons cannot end. It grows inside the old songs and brings us home again. The golden days of kindness that the years could not pull apart. The old garden gate still leads me back again to the voices, to the prayers, to the love we carry then. and the old song softly wait. I'll meet my heart in memory at the old garden gate.
If behind Shiloh house, where the red clay runs and the white sheets dance in the morning sun. There's a cedar line between two old trees, where mercy moved in the laundry breeze. Esther Clay rose before daylight broke, with river soap and a calico coat. She heated water on a cast iron stove and sang low hymns while the rooster crowed. She washed for widows, washed for farms, for children with dust on their Sunday arms, for railroad hands and the church choir rose, for anyone carrying more than clothes. Folks said Esther had a quiet gift. She could take what looked too warm to lift, and with patient hands and the washed up foam, make something tired feel almost home. She'd say, child, stains don't scare the Lord. He has seen worse and loved us more. What the world throws out beside the road, grace can wash and gently fold. There was grace on the wash line behind Shiloh house, where the weary laid burdens they couldn't speak about. White sheets waving like a prayer in the breeze, telling every broken heart he can still be clean. When shame hung heavy, when hope felt self, God kept mercy on the wash line behind Shiloh house. One Friday came with a muddy sky, rain in the ditch and smoke up high. A young woman named Bonnie stood by the gate, with a torn blue coat and a face full of weight. She spent 3 nights near the county jail, had no good story anyone could tell. The town knew rumors before they knew her name, and every whisper felt like flame. She asked for work with her eyes turned down, said, I know I ain't welcome in this town. But Esther opened the back screen door and set clean towels on the kitchen floor. No questions cut like a sharpened blade, no sermon pressed on the mess she made. Just coffee poured in a chipped white cup and a gentle voice saying, don't give up. Esther said, you are not your darkest mile. You are not too far to be called child. The Savior knows what sorrow cost, and he still goes looking for the lost. There was grace on the wash line behind Shiloh house, where the weary laid burdens they couldn't speak about. White sheets waving like a prayer in the breeze, telling every broken heart you can still be clean. When shame hung heavy, when hope felt self, God kept mercy on the wash line behind Shiloh house. Bonnie learned to rinse and rain, to pin wet cotton while the robins sing. She learned the rhythm of a working day, and how quiet love can clear away. Some folks brought clothes and wouldn't stay, some left baskets and looked away. But Esther never let the gossip win, she just kept hanging mercy in the wind. One afternoon by the river bend, a little girl came with a note to send. Her mama sick and her daddy gone, winter coming hard before too long. Bonnie packed blankets from the cedar chest, added bread and a second-hand dress, then walked that road through the falling rain, carrying kindness past her own old shame. Sometimes the Lord takes wounded hands and teaches them to heal. the cloud when mercy moves through ordinary things. Even old clothes can look like wings. By spring the yard was blooming wide, with lavender along the eastern side. And Bonnie laughed like a creek set free, hanging linens by the apple tree. The town changed slow, but it changed in time. One cup of mercy, one washed out line. Women came with baskets and prayers, leaving sorrow in the open air. Esther grew tired when the summer passed. Her hands moved slower with every task. But Bonnie stayed by the washed up near, singing the hymn she used to hear. One soft dawn when the fields turned gold, Esther smiled as the breeze turned cold. Said, keep this line for the ones cast out. There's always room behind Shiloh house. There was grace on the wash line behind Shiloh house, where the weary laid burdens they couldn't speak about. White sheets waving like a prayer in the breeze, telling every broken heart you can still be clean. Now Bonnie keeps the water warm in the porch lamp, burning through every storm. For every traveler turned around, for every soul that shame has bound. Didn't know what life would be, but I felt you close to me. Then I walked a different way, tried to find my own escape. Every road I chose alone left me far away from home. All my life you led me on, even when I went so wrong. Through the night into the day, you were guiding every way. All my life you stayed so true. Even when I turned from you, now I see what I couldn't see. You were always there for me. Now I stand and understand every step was in your plan. Every fall and every rise brought me here before your eyes. All my life you led me on, even when I went so wrong. Through the night into the day, you were guiding every way. All my life you stayed so true. Even when I turned from you, now I see what I couldn't see. You were always there for me. Through the years, through the change, through the loss, through the pain, every moment, big or small, you were there Chapel Hollow, where the creek runs clear and the redbud blooms at the turn of the year. There's an old white steeple by the sycamore trees, with the bluebird song riding on the breeze. Eleanor lived by the churchyard gate, with a garden of thyme and a wooden rake. She kept the chapel floor swept clean and polished the pews till the pine would gleam. That bell had rung through 100 years, through wedding days and goodbye tears. But after the storm took the tower's crown, the old brass bell never made a sound. The town grew quiet in a lonesome way, like something holy had moved away. And Eleanor prayed by the altar rail, Lord, teach us hope when our voices fail. She said, the silence feels too wide tonight, but you still speak in morning light. And even when the bell won't ring, you can wake the valley with another thing. There was a bluebird nest in the bell tower, built where the old sound used to be. Little wings of mercy singing over Chapel Creek. Not a thunder roll, not a trumpet call, just a tiny hymn above the chapel wall. When the town forgot how to lift its eyes, God sent a song through the morning sky. There was a bluebird nest in the bell tower. One April dawn with the grass still wet, Eleanor climbed where the beams were bent. She brought a lantern and a cedar broom to clear the dust from the broken room. But tucked inside the silent bell, where the golden light through the rafters fell, was a little nest made of straw and string, and 3 blue eggs like a promise of spring. She stood there still with her hand on her chest, watching Grace in that fragile nest, and backed away with a tearful smile, like heaven had been working there all the while. By Sunday morning the whole town knew about the bluebird eggs in the steeple blue, and children gathered beneath the stairs, whispering low like they were saying prayers. Eleanor said, don't rush the sound, some holy things grow quiet in the ground. The Lord may mend what storms have torn, but first He lets new life be born. There was a bluebird nest in the bell tower, built where the old sound used to be. Little wings of mercy singing over Chapel Creek. Not a thunder roll, not a trumpet call, just a tiny hymn above the chapel wall. When the town forgot how to lift its eyes, God sent a song through the morning sky. There was a bluebird nest in the bell tower. That summer brought a hurting name, a young mother, Sarah, carrying shame. She came to church when the service was done, with a sleeping child and nowhere to run. The town had heard what the rumors said, how she left home and lost her way. But Eleanor saw through the dust and fear, and pulled her close like the Lord was near. She said, child, sit down beneath that shade. There's cornbread warm and lemonade. And if your heart can barely sing, listen close to those bluebird wings. Sarah looked up through the chapel air, at the nest still resting safely there. And for the first time in a year of pain, she felt the Father call her name. Some towns renewed is small and hidden, built in places we thought were gone. the silence before he gives us back the song. A broken bell, a weathered beam, a frightened heart, afraid to dream. A mother's tears, a child asleep, a promise stopped where prayers run deep. And every soul that feels unheard can find his mercy in a bluebird. Stood rebuilt with cedar, pine, and good. Strong hands from farms across the land, every neighbor doing what they can. They fixed the roof and raised the cross, counted no labor, counted no cost. But Eleanor left one corner wide where the bluebirds still could come inside. Sarah joined the women's choir, her soft voice rising a little higher. And when her baby laughed in the pew, the whole church felt like morning dew. Then on the day the bell rang clear, after one long silent year, the bluebirds flew above the town like blessings circling all around. There was a bluebird nest in the bell tower, built where the old sound used to be. Little wings of mercy singing over Chapel Creek. Not a thunder roll, not a trumpet call, just a tiny hymn above the chapel wall. Now the bell rings out and the bluebirds fly, and grace keeps moving through the open sky. Some I chose, some I had to learn. Every mile left a mark on me, every step shaped who I'd be. There were nights I couldn't see the end, times I didn't know where to begin. But looking back through all those days, I can see it clear now. Even when I lost my way, you were never far. Silence, every talk led me right into your grace, right into this place. Every step that felt so wrong was where you were all along. All along the way, you were there through every fall, through every prayer. In the dark, in the light, you were holding on so tight. Leading me. ghost on the gate in a sky full of harm. But somewhere beyond what the eye could see, grace was moving through the wheat. Annie Mae was barely 23, with her daddy's land and her mama's dream. The banknote waited by the kitchen door, and rain hadn't fallen in a month or more. She walked the rows in her worn-out shoes, counting every acre she could lose. The scarecrow leaned like an old church cross, watching over everything she'd almost lost. She never asked for silver or gold, just enough mercy for the siege to hold. And when the wind blew hard across the plain, she whispered Jesus' name like rain. When the wheat fields prayed, they bowed beneath the sun. Every golden head was reaching for the Holy One. When the night grew long and hope began to fade, heaven bent down low. When the wheat fields prayed. Brother Joe came home from the war, quiet as the hinges on the old screen door. He carried shadows no one else could see, and sat for hours beneath the cedar tree. And he left supper by his bedroom light, prayed through the floorboards late at night. She knew some wounds don't show their scars, but God still counts the broken hearts. One evening Joe stood by the field, hands shaking on the wagon wheel. He said, I don't know if I can stay. She said, then let us kneel and pray. When the wheat fields prayed, they bowed beneath the sun. Every golden head was reaching for the Holy One. When the night grew long and hope began to fade, heaven bent down low. When the wheat fields prayed. Clouds rolled in on a Sunday noon, like mercy wearing shades of blue. The first drop hit the window pane, and Annie laughed through thankful pain. Joe stepped out in the pouring rain, let it wash across his face. For the first time since he made it home, he didn't feel so all alone. The church bell rang, though no one pulled the rope, or maybe it was just the sound of hope. But all across that thirsty land, faith rose up like an open hand. Some prayers sound like thunder, some sound like tears, some take root in silence through the hardest years. Some are spoken softly where nobody knows, but the Father hears the field before the harvest grows. So let the valley tremble, let the dry wind blow. There is living water where His mercy flows. When the wheat fields pray, they bow beneath the sun. Every was already sending rain. When the wheat fields prayed, the harvest came, the river rose, and grace grew high in golden rows. When the wheat fields prayed, when the wheat fields prayed. At Mercy Junction, where the real grass grows, and the evening sun turns the dust road gold, there's a fiddle case beneath the chapel chair, holding songs that waited there. Naomi Grace grew up by the track, with a ribbon in her hair and a fiddle on her back. Her mama played hymns when the day was done, while the porch boards warmed in the setting sun. They played for weddings, wakes, and rain, for babies born in harvest grain. Every note had a tender sound, like heaven leaning toward the ground. But grief came through on a winter night, left the farmhouse quiet and the windows white. Naomi closed that fiddle case and couldn't bear to touch its grace. She said, Lord, I know the song is true, but my hands don't know what to do. How can music rise again from a heart that broke where love had been? There was a song in the fiddle case at Mercy Junction, waiting through the silence, waiting through the pain. Not loud for glory, not played for fame, just a mother's prayer calling mercy by name. When the strings lay quiet, when the road felt long, God kept breathing through an unfinished song. Spring came slow with the dogwood bloom, but the church stood cold in an empty room. The roof had leaked through the March hard rain, and the choir book smelled of dust and stain. The town planned supper by the railroad side to raise some boards and restore some light, but nobody knew who'd play that night, since Naomi's fiddle had stayed out of sight. Oh, Miss Pearl came knocking at noon with biscuits wrapped in a gospel tune. She said, child, sorrow can close a door, but grace keeps knocking a little more. Naomi looked toward the cedar chair where her mama's case was resting there, and found a note beneath the bow, written years ago. It said, when your heart forgets how to sing, let the Lord tune every broken string. A song surrendered through your tears can carry hope for someone else to hear. There was a song in the fiddle case at Mercy Junction, waiting through the silence, waiting through the pain. Not loud for glory, not played for fame, just a mother's prayer calling mercy by name. When the strings lay quiet, through an unfinished song. That evening came with lantern light, folding chairs and fireflies bright. Women from the chapel gathered near, with soft harmonies brave and clear. Naomi stood by the flatbed stage with trembling hands and a tear-stained page. The first note shook like a leaf in wind, and the second one found home again. The fiddle cried, but it did not break. It rose like dawn on a sleeping lake, and every heart beneath those stars felt grace move through its hidden scars. A widow smiled by the lemonade, a tired child stopped being afraid, and Naomi knew as the chorus grew, her mama's faith was still coming through. Sometimes the Lord heals slow and kind, through things we thought we left behind. A wooden bow, a weathered case, a melody touched by grace. Sometimes the wound becomes the place where someone else can see his face. Sometimes the tears we could not hide become the river mercy rides. A song once buried, a prayer once still, can bloom again by the Father's will. There was a song in the fiddle case at Mercy Junction, waiting through the silence, waiting through the pain. Not loud for glory, not play for fame, just a mother's prayer, calling mercy by name. Now every Sunday when the church bells ring, Naomi plays and the women sing. The roof is mended, windows shine, and broken hearts keep finding time. There is a song in the fiddle case at Mercy Junction, proof that God restores what sorrow tried to take. When the strings lay quiet, when the road feels long, heaven is still breathing through an unfinished song. At Mercy Junction, where the rail grass grows, the evening sun still turns the dust road gold. A mother's prayer, a daughter's hand, a song rose up across the land. There was healing, there was mercy in the fiddle case at Mercy Junction.
Night we danced in Alabama, the moon was shining low, with the bandstand by the river and the warm wind moving slow. You were wearing summer cotton, I was nervous as a prayer. Then the old song started playing, and love found us standing there. We had no way of knowing where the years would take us through, but every southern evening still brings me back to you. Take me back to Alabama, where the old songs fill the night, where your hand was soft in mine beneath the silver light. Take me back to Alabama, where the golden memories stay. Every time the music rises, I go dancing back that way. sweet moment in time. Now the river keeps on rolling, and the town has changed its view. But every song from back then still knows the road to you. Take me back to Alabama, where the old songs filled the night, where your hand was soft in mine beneath the silver light. Take me back to Alabama, where the golden memories stay. Every time the music rises, I go dancing back that way. Ooh, Alabama night. Ooh, soft and bright. Ooh, every melody brings your love back home to me. Play that old song one more time beneath the moon, I would hold your hand more gently and never let it in too soon. For love is not a dance floor that disappears with dawn. It lives inside the old songs and keeps on moving on. Take me back to Alabama, where the old songs filled the night, where your hand was soft in mine beneath the silver light. Take me back to Alabama, where the golden memories stay. Every time the music rises, I go dancing back that way. Take me back to Alabama, where our simple hearts were true, where every step beneath the stars still leads me back to you. When the southern stars are shining and the old songs softly play, I'll meet you in Alabama, where we dance the night away.
Feel your presence near, quieting my every fear. All the noise has slipped away at the ending of this day. In the stillness I can see you have always been with me. I am safe in your arms tonight, resting in your perfect light. Every worry, every fear fades away when you are near. I will lay my burdens down with me through the night. I am safe in your arms tonight, resting in your perfect light. Every worry, every fear fades away when you are near. I will lay my burdens down at your feet on holy ground, and I know it will be right. I am safe in you tonight.
The night we left for Memphis, the moon was riding high, with a suitcase in the backseat and a dream across the sky. There were old songs on the radio, there was coffee getting cold, and your hand was like a promise that my heart could safely hold. We had no golden fortune, no map for where to go, just a little faith between us and the highway moving slow. Take me back to Memphis, where the old songs filled the night, where your laughter touched the darkness like a candle burning bright. Take me back to Memphis, where the golden memories shine. Every road we drove together still leads your heart to mine. There were motel signs and street lights, there were stars above the trees, there were prayers beneath the silence, floating softly on the breeze. You were smiling by the window, I was singing out of key, and I never felt more certain than that night in Tennessee. Now the years have crossed the river, and the city lights have changed, but every time the music rises, I can hear you say my name. Take me back to Memphis, where the old songs filled the the night, where your laughter touched the darkness like a candle burning bright. Take me back to Memphis, where the golden memories shine. Every road we drove together still leads your heart to mine. Ooh, Memphis night. Ooh, soft and bright. Ooh, every melody brings your love back home to me. If time would give one highway, one more midnight blue, I would hold the moment longer and spend it all with you. For love is like a road song, it bends but never ends. It carries every prayer we made and brings us home again. Take me back to Memphis, where the old songs fill the night, where your laughter touched the darkness like a candle burning bright. Take me back to Memphis, where the golden memories shine. Every road we drove together still leads your heart to mine. Take me back to Memphis, where our simple dreams were true, where every song beneath the stars was leading me to you. Ooh, Memphis night. Ooh, soft and bright. Ooh, every melody brings your love back home to me. So when the old songs find me and the southern stars align, I'll meet you back in Memphis, where your heart first held mine.
There's a road that climbs past the cedar trees, where the morning fog hangs low, and an old brass bell in a white frame church still sings to the valley below. Martha Lee was the postman's wife, with silver hair and a gentle smile. She knew every name on Cedar Hill, every broken gate and windowsill. She carried letters through rain and heat, past tobacco barns and fields of wheat, and tucked a prayer in her coat each day for every house along the way. She said, some folks write what they cannot say, some hearts wait years for one kind phrase, but Jesus reads the lines between every sorrow left unseen. When the bell rang over Cedar Hill, the whole town stopped and the air stood still, like heaven calling through the pines, saying, child, you are still mine. When the road was steep and hope was hard to feel, grace came rolling through the valley. When the bell rang over Cedar Hill. One autumn day near harvest time, Martha found a letter with no return line, addressed to a man named Samuel Reed, who lived alone by the cottonwood trees. He hadn't spoken much since his daughter left, carried old regrets like a stone in his chest. Folks would wave, but he turned away, lost in words he never got to say. Martha placed that letter in his hand. He trembled like he could barely stand. And when he read the first line there, his eyes filled up like answered prayer. When the bell rang over Cedar Hill, the whole town stopped and the air stood still, like heaven calling through the pines, saying, child, you are still mine. When the road was steep and hope was hard to feel, grace came rolling through the valley. When the bell rang over Cedar Hill. The letter said, Daddy, I'm coming home. I've been tired of living all alone. I don't know if forgiveness waits, but I'll be there by the old church gate. That Sunday morning, the clouds hung low. Samuel stood where the wildflowers grow, and when a blue car came up slow, he ran like mercy down that road. No sermon preached, no choir began, just a father holding his child again. And Martha wiped her tears away as the church bell woke the hills that day. Some bells ring out for weddings bright, some for souls who found the light, some for storms that pass us by, some for tears we no longer hide. But every sound of grace we hear, every call that draws us near, is the Father saying, come back home. You never had to walk alone. listen for the Savior calling, like a bell over Cedar Hill. Past the pines, past the rain, mercy still calls every name. The bell rang over Cedar Hill. Child, you are still mine.
The old swing beneath the oak still moves inside my mind, where the summer days were gentle and the world was soft and kind. There were children in the backyard, there was lemonade and rain. There were voices through the screen door calling supper once again. Time may take the seasons and the leaves may fall away, but that old tree keeps the memory of every golden day. The old swing beneath the oak still carries me back home, to the laughter, to the prayer, to the love I've always known. The old swing beneath the oak still sways through every year, and when the old songs start to play, I feel my family near. Mama watched us from the window, Daddy worked beside the shed, Grandma sang a little hymn with a scarf upon her head. There were fireflies after sunset, there were stars above the lane, and I never knew those simple nights would never come again. Now the yard is standing quiet and the old path bends alone, but every breeze through oak leaves still sounds a little like home. The old swing beneath the oak still carries me back home, to the laughter, to the prayer, to the love I've always known. The old swing beneath the oak still sways through every year, and when the old songs start to play, I feel my family near. Ooh, let the old swing sway, ooh, like yesterday. Ooh, every melody brings my old home back to me. If I could sit there one more time beneath that summer sky, I would thank the Lord for little things I once let pass me by. For love was in the sunlight, in the grass beneath our feet, in every song we sang back then, so innocent and sweet. The old swing beneath the oak still carries me back home, to the laughter, to the prayer, to the love I've always known. The old swing beneath the oak still sways through every year, and when the old songs start to play, I feel my family near. Ooh, let the old swing sway, ooh, like yesterday. Ooh, every melody brings my old home back to me. So when the evening settles and the oak leaves softly speak. I'll meet my heart in memory on that old swing beneath the tree. The old shoes by the door still rest beside the frame, like they're waiting for the footsteps of the ones who never came. There was mud upon the leather from the fields behind the house, and I still can hear the laughter when the evening settled down. Time may change the hallway and the floor may lose its shine, but love still leaves a footprint on this heart of mine. The old shoes by the door still bring the old days near, like a song beside the window, like a voice I used to hear. The old shoes by the door still walk through memory. Every step becomes a prayer that leads my heart back home to me. Daddy wore them every morning when the sunlight touched the land. Mama wiped the dust off gently with her patient, loving hands. There were suppers after hard days, there were prayers before we slept. There were promises in silence that our faithful hearts still kept. Now the fields are standing quiet and the barn is wearing gray, but when the old songs find me, I can hear those footsteps play. The old shoes by the door still bring the old days near, like a song beside the window, like a voice I used to hear. The old shoes by the door still walk through memory. Every step becomes a prayer that leads my heart back home to me. Ooh, the steps remain, ooh, through joy and pain. Ooh, every melody brings my old home back to me. If I could hear one morning those shoes across the floor, I would run into the hallway like I did in days before. For love is in the walking through the ordinary days, in every road they traveled and every prayer they raised. Shoes by the door still bring the old days near, like a song beside the window, like a voice I used to hear. The old shoes by the door still walk through memory. Every step becomes a prayer that leads my heart back home to me. The old shoes by the door by the hands that worked in silence and the hearts that gave their best. Ooh, the steps remain, ooh, through joy and pain. Ooh, every melody that brings my old home back to me. and the old song softly poured. I remember every journey in the old shoes by the door.
There was a letter in the hymnal on the third row left-hand side, folded up between the pages where old prayers learned to hide. Josephine cleaned the little church with cotton gloves and a heart that hurt. She swept the aisle and dusted every pew, while the morning sun came breaking through. Her daughter Emily had left that town with angry words and her suitcase brown. Said, "Mama, don't pray me back again." Then disappeared beyond the county bend. But Josephine still set her place, still whispered mercy, still asked for grace. And every Sunday, soft and slow, she sang the hymn her child used to know. There was a letter in the hymnal where the tear-stained pages turn, a quiet little testimony of how long a mother burned. When the road was cold and love felt far away, God kept hope alive in the words she couldn't say. There was a letter in the hymnal, and heaven heard her pray. Years went by with no return, only candles left to burn. Emily chased a city sky, but every dream there passed her by. She worked 3 jobs and slept alone, changed her number, changed her home. But shame can follow like a train, through every station, through every rain. Then one night near Christmas Eve, she found a memory hard to leave, a church bell ringing through the snow, and her mama singing soft and low. There was a letter in the hymnal where the tear-stained pages those who grieve.